So let me say this.
Wow.
How many PlayStations have you bought?
I done bought a lot of them, and Xboxes, and
Yeah.
GameCubes, and Wii's, all
So you
type
Because
of
you
play
shit.
mentioned that
games.
with a passion.
Man, look, it's something that we all done went through. We all just don't speak on it.
Speak
We
on it.
all done dated women with kids, and we all done got the short end of the stick. It's just we all deal with it in different ways. Some of us speak out on it, some of us don't. They always get the bigger end of
Some
the
of the
Let him,
stuff
stick.
that you
please let
saying,
him
I feel
talk.
like
Let
you
him talk.
talking out of hurt. For
Go
that's
ahead.
just me.
Go
I ain't
ahead.
talking out of hurt. You see that these
Well,
men
that's
ain't
just what
disagreeing.
I think.
Then why don't one man disagree with it?
Cause you're the only person.
First of all, this whole thing about men playing video games and stuff, I don't understand why women have such a big deal about guys playing video games. Because, ladies, would you rather your man be in the streets and you don't know where he's at? He could be out doing whatever. Even if he's being faithful, you don't know where he is physically at and what he's doing. But if he's in the living room, in the bedroom, in the basement, whatever, playing video games, playing Madden or Call of Duty or whatever with his homeboys, or just playing something by himself, you know exactly what he is. And plus, for the most part, it's so much more cost effective to play video games than going out to the club every night, because you popping bottles and this and that, versus just buying a PlayStation or buying an Xbox and just playing some games. I don't understand what's the big deal is. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that part, because I really don't get it myself.
Person talking, really,
Do
to be
any
honest.
man disagree with what I have said so far? Speak now. If you do, it's fine.
Hey, don't put me in this.
No, I'm for real. I said any
Hey,
man.
I need to hear
I'm
this.
staying out the way.
Hey, I'm staying out
I'm
of this
staying
one.
out the way. I'm staying out the way on that.
You
So
know,
yeah, some of it
if,
is legit.
if I'm honest,
I'm ready for
See, first of all, this is one of the biggest problems that we have as brothers out here, as men. We have these guys that are so afraid to speak their mind, because you don't want to upset her feelings. You don't want to make her mad. You want to be able to get some box later on. Stop being so docile. Stop being so unwilling to express yourself in a healthy way. I'm not saying you got to be disrespectful, but there's a way to express how you feel about something, what you think about something. What are your experiences in dating in this context? So you got other guys talking about, hey, don't put me in that. Don't put me in that. I don't want to be a part of that. Don't put me in that. I won't be a part of this conversation. Leaving this man on an island by himself. So all the women, they're going to unite. That's what the sisterhood is. They stick together, even if they don't know each other, even if they've never met each other. It could be in person, it could be online, social media, whatever. They have a sister code that they do not break in most occasions. But the brothers, we just so pressed to try to get some box. We will break the bro code real quick. We believe a man ought to out, even if we know we disagree. We have the same thought process. We have the same mindset. We have the same experience. But we're gonna leave this man on the island by himself. This is the simp stuff that's out here right now. Stop simping and stop being so docile. Stop being so afraid to hurt their feelings. You don't know these women. You don't owe them anything. You really think that they are afraid of your feelings? You really think they care about your feelings? When they call you broke, when they call you incels, when they call you all kinds of stuff out here? No, they don't care. They don't care. Honestly, nor should they. So if they don't care about your feelings, why are you caring so much about theirs? Because you're trying to get boxed. That's really what it is right there. You so pressed to try to get some, you don't want to upset them because you want to leave the door open to try. Maybe you think you can sneak in the back door later on by talking some good stuff to her, telling her what she want to hear, instead of being a man, growing some cojones and telling them exactly how you feel, what you think, and uniting as your brother. If we have a more united front, we will be able to get more through to some of these women. But some of them, honestly, you can't tell them nothing, because individual men just saying themselves, they don't want to hear that. But if we unite and we stick to one voice, we stick to one message that is a consensus with most men, we will have a much more of ability to break through and to have some of these ladies hear us and really think about the experiences that we get from them.
ready for this.
I'm with him, but I'm not with him. Let me tell you why I'm with him. Some of the things that he's saying make sense, but I think that
when you get with the right woman, you guys communicate, then everything can go the way he's saying.
Love it.
So like I think he's referring to a submissive woman. And I think that you have to communicate with the woman on a certain level to find out if she is submissive, and then he'll get everything he's talking about. But he's not dealing with submissive women. He's just dealing with, I don't know, because
I'm dealing with women that's manipulative. Like women
he dealing with the wrong
nowadays, they
kinds.
only want to be submissive when it fits them. They'll be submissive when we going on trips and when I'm paying the rent and whenever their car break down, I'm getting it fixed and whenever everything else is going good. When I tell you don't go to the club, it's a problem. You submissive whenever you want to be. But whenever I tell you to do something you don't want to do, now you're no longer submissive. That's not going for me.
And see, some of these ladies out here, they know how to be submissive when it comes to their job. The boss tell you to do something. Oh, right away, sir. I'll be right there, sir. You know, you want to make sure you have a good job performance. You want to make sure that you make your quotas. You want to make sure that you get good performance reviews. Why? Because your paycheck is on the line. But with us, you don't care. You don't feel like you have to listen to us. You feel like you can just do and say whatever you want because you take us for granted. So that job that you work at is more of a value to you than the man that you're with. Even if that man is your husband, he might be your fiance or whatever, but the thing is, you need to show a man what kind of woman you are up front because you expect a man to show the kind of man he is up front. You want a man to show those husband qualities up front, but you don't want to show any wife qualities up front. So if you're not showing me wife qualities up front, why should I even bother to marry you? If you say, oh, I'm not going to cook, I'm not going to clean, I'm not going to do anything for this, he need to show me this. He need to show me he can pay all the bills. He needs to show me he can be a real man. He can lead and all this other kind of stuff. Well, the men are saying, well, we don't want the attitude. We don't want you walking out here with all your body parts hanging all out for everybody to see. We don't want you out here just acting all ratchet and stuff like that. Those are not wifely qualities. And you saying, if you want to say you're not going to cook, you're not going to clean, you're not going to give any wifely duties to this man, don't expect any husband duties for him. Don't have the expectation that a man pay your bills up front when he don't even know you, because are you going to cook for him up front without knowing him? Are you going to do things that you would do as a wife up front? Oh, if he marries me, then I'll give him those wifely duties. No, you won't. No, you won't. Because you already got the ring. You already got my last name. So what's the incentive? You got what you wanted. So a ring does not change who a person is. You accept who they are, good, bad, or indifferent. So fellas, if you are out here wifing girls up, dating them seriously, and they are just being just aggressive and got all this bad attitude and everything else, because guess what? Just because she got a pretty face and a big butt doesn't mean she has an ugly soul. You can have a banging body and a nasty spirit. So the fact that you want to talk about, oh, I'm not being submissive until this and that, we don't deal with that conditional femininity because you don't want to deal with conditional masculinity. Be a woman up front, be feminine up front, be a wife up front. He who finds a wife finds a good thing. That means you are a wife first. You act like a wife first. And then once I see consistency that you are giving me wifely duties, just like I'm consistently giving you husband duties, then I will go to the store and get down on bended knee and ask you to marry me. But otherwise, no, I'm not going to do it. This is what the guys are talking about when they said it's not worth it. We're not doing it no more. We're going to walk away because of attitudes just like this. And the brothers, now they finally trying to step in a little bit. They know that they agree with him, but they don't want to say too much because they don't want to step into the fire with him. They just want to let him walk into the fire by himself.
It's not going for
I can't lie to you. He got some truth in there.
That's true. That's true.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
He ain't saying shit wrong with that.
But what I'm noticing that more so in the generation that came before me, the 30 and down. The ones that's around my age and up, they a little better. But you know, them young ones, they've been having the little issues, you know. They do all of it, and then no offense, baby, but it's too much of the snapbacks of the hands and all that extra.
The
But like I said,
attitude.
when you're doing for them, everything good. But
Too much talking back.
I might be with you on this a little bit.
They're not letting us lead.
Yeah,
We
it's
need
kinda-
to be able to lead, but how can I lead a woman who every time I say something, she got something to say back? So you get in a relationship with a man who you feel like gonna do better by you and get you in a better place in life, but you don't want to listen to him. Why are you with him then?
I can't listen to a man or be led by a man that's gonna lead me into darkness. If
That's
I
right.
see off rip that you finna lead me into some BS,
Then get away
then
from
now
me.
let me take the reins. I'm gonna have to take the reins to be masculine. Don't no woman
Oh,
wants to be
hell no.
masculine.
Well, pick
Listen,
better
hold on.
men today.
Listen,
What?
no woman wants to be masculine. We
Well,
all
pick.
desire to be in our femininity. You know, we want a man to be able to be a provider, but you know, like you just said, it's different strokes for different folks. So, you know, and just like you said, you gotta have that communication with whoever you with. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, let me ask
I
you a
feel like
question.
it's boundaries to everything you're saying. And I don't disagree with nothing you said. I definitely do agree with you to a certain standpoint. But on the women's side of it, because personally, I want to be submissive to my man. If I can see that my man gonna lead me to greatness and we can lead and be a partners, because ultimately I want a husband. That's a partnership.
Okay.
If I feel like that I can trust you and you can lead to me and we can do something, then that's gonna be beautiful. But if I see
First of all, real quick, marriage is not a partnership. There is a leader and there is a follower. The man is the head of the household. He is the leader of the family. You take his last name. He don't take your last name. It's not a partnership. There's an order. God, husband, wife, children. That is it. The man is being led by God. The wife is being led by the husband. The children are being led by both, but initially led by the wife. So the women are the first teachers of the children. I didn't say only, I said first. The first teachers of the children. When they are, smaller and babies and toddlers and little kids and stuff like that. But once they get older, once they start getting into, 4th, 5th grade, middle school, especially high school, that's when it's time for the man, for the husband to truly take over, especially for boys, to teach him how to be a man, to teach him how to be an adult, to teach him how to move in this world. And if it's a girl, to teach him what kind of man to stay away from, to be the first example of what a man is in this world. That's what a man does, but he cannot do any of that if he is not. If y'all are fighting for leadership. If you got a man that's being masculine and a woman that's being masculine, they're gonna constantly bump heads. They're gonna constantly just battle against one another. Someone has to back down and play the follower role. And guess what? Ladies will not respect men who play the second position, who play the beta position, who follow them. They will not respect them at all. So the only way for a relationship to truly work is if a man is in his masculine energy, he is leading his family down the right path. She's talking about the kind of guys that you don't want to date. The brother in the back is talking about the kind of guy that is doing the right things. She's bringing up the kind of guys that's going to lead you down to hell. No one's talking about that. We're talking about a man who is trying to lead his family to greatness, and a woman is not being in her feminine naturally and falling into the secondary position and following her man's lead. That's what this brother's talking about. But she is just on something different. So again, the only way for it to work is for the man to be in his masculine and he is leading his family, and the woman following the leadership of her man, her husband preferably, and playing the secondary role. I'm not saying she doesn't have a voice. I'm not saying she doesn't have an opinion. Hell, there are some areas where she will be a much stronger lead than him because he doesn't know everything. And guess what? Nobody's perfect. He can't know everything. You can still learn from your woman in some areas, and she can lead in some areas. But overall, it is the man who is the leader and the head of the household.
I see you on some BS or you doing something you don't got nothing to do, then it's like, nah, baby, I might have to take the reins on this one. I'm not saying all the time, but if I see you doing something, I gotta
I feel like that's their fault.
steer the boat.
I do got one question.
They pick them.
Well, I
You
know
got your pick of the litter.
a lot of women and men, we all go through things, and that can kind of dictate our next relationships, right? do you give that man a fresh space to be able to lead?
I feel personally, I'd like to give, I'm an Aquarius. I love people just expressing themselves.
First of all, we don't care what your sign is. Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio. We don't care. What does that have to do with your behavior, with your character, with your attitude? Are you peaceful? Are you not? Are you going to allow a man to lead, or are you going to be in your masculine and battle him for leadership? I don't care what your sign is. Be a grown person, be an adult, because you don't want to hear that stuff from us. Oh, I'm a Gemini. No, stop all that. We don't care.
Selves and being them, being true to yourself. So I'm always gonna give anybody the benefit of the doubt when I first meet you. Let me give you a chance to see what you're gonna do on your own. But now if it gets to the point like, all right, I didn't see what you did. All right, this is good here, but this needs some work. Then a conversation either needs to be had on what we can do to be better. But if it's not going in that way, then we just need to separate ways. I'm not one of the people that's gonna stay with somebody that's not making me happy. If we didn't have one too many conversations about the same thing, you continuously just doing the same thing, vice versa, it could be something I'm doing the same thing and we had multiple conversations all then. It's like, yeah, if it's not working, we can't come to agreement, then cool, part ways. But if
So
something that's able
I got a question.
Do y'all feel her energy, the way she was just, did y'all feel her energy? Do you feel that she is a peaceful woman? Because the energy that I'm getting is that she's got some attitude in her. I can feel it. I can see that energy just in her soliloquy right there. I can feel the kind of energy that she's giving off to men, that attitude and stuff like that. You can express yourself and express your feelings in a much more peaceful way, in a much softer tone, especially as a woman. But just the way that she's coming off, it just feels like it's aggressive, and it's not even a crazy conversation that even has to escalate to that. She seemed like the kind of woman that would just start cussing you out at the drop of a dime. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Did I get anything right? What do y'all think about this conversation? Y'all let me know. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.